Retail sales report is also fueling more concerns about the economy. That report comes ahead of this week's big Federal Reserve meeting, and as the Treasury Secretary tries to ease recession fears. Business reporter Alexis Christoforous joins me now for more on this big week in the economy. Alexis, what's the latest?
Well, we're not expecting any big changes on Wall Street. Nothing has fundamentally changed since last week. We still have April 2nd, circled on the calendar. That's the date that Trump may impose these reciprocal tariffs, and these tariffs may get sort of ratcheted up and the trade war may heat up. So if we see any sort of bounce in the market between now and then, most economists say it's going to be a technical bounce, not anything that has real staying power. In terms of the overall health of the economy, while things still look good, we are seeing some cracks, especially when it comes to consumer spending. We got that retail sales report coming in weaker than expected. Lots of major retailers saying they're seeing consumer buying habits starting to change. People are getting choosier. And even in terms of things like big ticket items, like buying cars, appliances, dealing with home improvement projects, some folks are deciding to wait on those as they wait to see what's going to happen with the economy. We know that recession talk is getting louder. On Friday, the S&P 500, the S&P Global Rating Agency now puts the odds of a recession at 25%. I guess the highest on Wall Street right now is JP Morgan with a recession odds of a recession at 40%. But even the Treasury Secretary this past weekend said he can't guarantee there's not going to be a recession. He says these tough times in the market, they're not worried about it. He says these corrections in the stock market are actually healthy. And to a large degree, he's right. These things are cyclical. And so sometimes the market just needs to sort of bring those high valuations for certain stocks back down to a more sustainable level. But I think it's going to be a bumpy road going forward as we try to get clarity on tariffs. And then, of course, you mentioned the Federal Reserve. Big meeting this week. Most expect the Fed to hold pat, but we're looking for clues about what the Fed's going to do with interest rates down the road. And if the economy really starts to pull back in a big way, and if we do indeed dip into a recession, most economists believe the Fed's going to get aggressive with those interest rate cuts later in the year to stimulate the economy. And I guess the silver lining there, Diane, is that we could see rates on things like credit cards, auto loans, mortgage rates move lower as the year goes on.
All right, finding little bright spots in there, Alexis.
We're trying.
We appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah.